Is this going to be live streamed?
Live stream.
You're live streaming it?
And recording.
You're recording right now?
No.
That
one I'm recording.
Are we live streaming right now?
Live streaming on one and recording on the other.
Okay.
This one's, I can't find it.
Where are you
This is live streaming right here, so I'm not live right now. But
Where are
that
you
one's
streaming
recording
to?
just, huh?
Where are you streaming to?
Citizen Media.
Citizen Media?
And then we'll share it to your social, wherever.
Okay.
All right. Ready?
Are
Are you recording on that one already?
That one's recording, yeah.
Okay.
We're going live right now. It's live.
My name's Sam Wade with Peer Social. I was walking through the pool and I stumbled across this cabana and I found this gentleman, Enrique Tarrio, head chairman of the Proud Boys. I'd like to start by saying I'd like for this interview to be kind of a clearing of the airspace, because I know there's a lot of criticism and there's a lot of controversy about what you're doing and the mission you're on. You have motive, you're a fighter, you're a patriot. And let me start by asking you this. What are people saying about you out there? I'm sure you've noticed, I'm sure you have some way of identifying, getting on Twitter, seeing what people are saying. What are the things that people are saying about you right now?
Well, first and foremost, thank you for interrupting my companion, right? Where I was about to get a nice tan and massage.
And I'm sorry I didn't bring any suntan lotion for you, but it's okay.
So what people say about me, I mean, there's so many things, and I do keep up to it, keep up with it. You know, I keep up with what people are saying really about my organization. I really don't care too much about what people say about me, because the more they say negative things about me, the more effective I know that I'm being. But some of those things in the beginning were white supremacist, neo-Nazi. I mean, the things that all conservatives get called at this point, and that includes our president,
Sure.
which is 45, not 46. So,
If
but
I can
there
interrupt you
is,
for just a second, if you type in Enrique Tarrio in Google,
yes,
one of the first things that comes up is your Wikipedia link.
yes,
And part of the description there, first and foremost, says white supremacist, Trump-supporting chauvinist. And by all means, I can't understand how you'd be a white supremacist if you're not white.
yeah. I mean, that's a given.
So
You
that's
know,
always
but-
been on my mind about this situation too.
So I guess I'm at another level about it. A lot of people worry about what monikers they call you, right?
Sure.
And I don't, because I know all of them are a lie. Now, in a recent story, they started calling me something new, right? Which I guess is a more controversial thing for some people, including people on our side, which is FBI informant. As much as they would love for me to be some type of spy, and it comes out of some type of fictitious novel, right? It's not true. What they did is they put 3 stories of my life stories together in this news story, and this happens right after the whole Capitol. Like, why didn't they report this before the Capitol? So some of those stories are a mix. I'll start with the first one. I worked for the DoD for many years. I was a security contractor. I did security assessment for the DoD. And for a little while there, I did security assessments for the FBI. Right? And that was 12 years ago. And then they collude that story. I got arrested by the FBI 9 years ago for not having the proper license to sell diabetic test strips. So they're conflating both of those stories. And then the third one that they're conflating is when the Proud Boys go to a city and host an event or go to an event, we usually contact law enforcement before we get there. We tell them what our marching route's going to be, what kind of threats we're getting from Antifa and BLM. And that's normal for us. And if they want to judge us on contacting law enforcement and the FBI, I'm okay with that. But you can't conflate all of those because there's no fact, right? As a matter of fact, I got arrested. And I might do time for burning a BLM banner. So, there really is no truth to that, although they'd like it to be. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to drum up some type of wedge that they can shove between me and the patriot movement.
Sure.
And it's failing miserably. Obviously, some people aren't as informed, and I get kicked out of events sometimes. I expect it from the deal, but I think it's really important to go ahead and like research. I don't talk about anybody, and one thing I really don't do is I don't listen to the media to formulate my opinion on a person or movement or group.
So let me ask you this: all of these things being said about you, I know there's all these presuppositions about you, and people are assuming a lot based on what the mainstream news media is telling you. So how do you feel about it? And coming just from a personal level, I know you say you don't take a lot of that to heart, but how does it make you feel when you see that? I mean, a good portion of Americans probably know your name, a good portion, and they probably have some sort of assumption about you. And a lot of times it might not be good because of what the mainstream media has kind of construed you out to be, essentially. So how does it make you feel on a personal level?
When it comes to people in America, to me there's three types of people when it comes to like Enrique Tarrio or the Proud Boys. There's the supporters that will always support you or support me as long as I stay true to my core beliefs.
Okay. What are your core beliefs? If you had to just lay them out, just a handful.
So the most simplest for me is something that is the fight. I guess my primary fight is First Amendment rights, free speech, right? Because they always say, well, the second is the most important because it protects all the other ones. Although the second is needed, I believe that the first gives us the free society that we live in now. The exchange of ideas. And again, if I remain true to those, right? My supporters will always support me as I support them. Now, after the debate stage, because this number was a lot bigger, but it's a lot smaller now. It's people that just don't know who I am or who the Proud Boys are. Those people I want to reach out to, right? I want to tell them this is who I am. And if they accept it, I'm cool with it.
Well, that was going to be my next question. My next question was going to be, what do you have to say to people that are critical of you, especially and namely, of course, the liberal movement and the left is going to be critical of you, regardless of what you do. But at this point, the right is being critical of you to some extent. What do you have to say to the people in the GOP movement, in libertarian movement, on the right, that are being critical of your actions? For one, why are you not a white supremacist? And without saying the obvious, what are you doing to try to better our society? What is your movement? What is your motive? What is your end game? And essentially, why should they not be critical of you at this point? Because there is a lot of talk about some very serious things.
I don't mind if they're critical of me. I mean,
you don't have to mind, but
anybody in the public eye, obviously they're going to have people that are critical of them.
Absolutely,
and I'm okay with that.
Doesn't matter who you are.
I'm not here to appease anyone. I'm here for a cause.
So,
right? So
what is your cause then? What is your motive? What is your cause? What are you set out to do? What is your end game?
When my grandfather came from Cuba, he left Cuba because two of my family members were executed at the command of Che Guevara himself. So when he came to this country, he saw something. Like, he didn't go to Guatemala. He didn't go to Mexico. He didn't go to Canada. He came to the United States. And it's not because it was convenient. It was because it was the land of the free. And then somewhere along that time that he's been here, he's noticed, and I noticed because that's how I was raised, there's this socialist Scrooge that's growing. And it's the same thing that he saw over there. I've been to Cuba many times. I don't want to see those policies. And whether it's on my social media, on the streets, I'm going to continue fighting. So to those people that are critical of me, the only thing that I ask is that, watch. Not everybody has a chance to talk to me because I can't be everywhere at once. Sure. But watch some videos of these interviews, including this one. Watch those videos, see what my views are, what we've done. There's no name more synonymous with fighting back against these communist pukes than the Proud Boys. There hasn't been a group that has put more blood, sweat, and tears on the asphalt, including loss of liberty, which we're dealing with right now, than the Proud Boys, period. So those people that are critical, I think that they'd have to take a look at what our accomplishments are. If they still don't think it's enough, then I have no one. And I'll go back to the third group of people that I was mentioning. There's those people that no matter what we do, we can cure cancer tomorrow. They hate us.
Sure.
I have no
Absolutely.
want, need, or desire to reach out to those people. That is not my job. I wholeheartedly support people that want to reach across the aisle. But at the point where I am right now, I don't need it.
Excellent. So, again, I'm Sam Wade. I'm here with Enrique Tarrio, true patriot, and this is Patriot Transition Voice and Pure Social. So
Can I get